All right, guys, this next guest, he's a real good brother, man. You guys seem to have loved our first interview, so I had to bring him back for his second interview, all the way from the Terror Squad multiverse, Smooth the Engineer.
What's up, Panda? You my dude,
What's
man.
good, bro? How you doing today, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm in good spirits. I'm here for you, man. What's up?
Man, our interview blew up. Were you expecting that?
Nah, I wasn't expecting none of that. That was crazy. When you told me, I was like, wow, it wasn't supposed to happen the way it happened, but hey, that's the universe, right? Timing is everything.
Right.
Yeah, so
it is, man. I mean, come on, you've been out the game for how long, and all of a sudden you being mentioned on Lord Jamar's podcast, Tariq Nasheed, so many other channels.
Yeah.
And you know what? They didn't credit me for a lot of that stuff too, man. You know.
Yeah. That
they cut out my logo and everything.
I saw that they even tried to speed it up so it could seem like it was somebody else, but you know.
Right, I started commenting on a lot of people's page. I'm like, yo, man, you guys could use my stuff. Just give me credit. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna strike your page or do anything. You know.
They were mentioning you. I did hear a couple of brothers mention, yo, you know, This is from Panda Chop. So that's love.
Yeah, that's love, man. And especially Tariq end up like really giving me a shout out in the end, you know. But yo, so before we get into the whole Joe and FBA stuff, right? When we did our interview, before all of that stuff popped off, you know, before even my interview with Cuban, I just asked you, yo, what was your experience with Joe? And not even on that race stuff, but you came out and you spoke about that experience. And it was interesting because it was like, I wasn't even thinking you was going to go there. Like, you know, like I was just going to be like, oh, you probably saw that maybe he was like shiesty with money or something like that, you know, but I didn't even think that was going to be what your experience was. The first time I watched that clip, I just thought that you said Joe had said morenos, but then I realized that you had said moyos, right? Yeah. And then there's a derogatory term for that. So did anybody hit you up about seeing you on YouTube?
Yeah. I had a couple people that, again, people that I know and some people that I barely know, but, you know, in passing, spoke about seeing me on Panda Chop, you know, and that it showed up and it was something that they were interested in and they watched it, you know. So going back to that comment, it was a comment that stuck out to me. I mean, you got to say for 20 years now, and it was still fresh on my mind, exactly verbatim, word for word, what was said. And yeah, it was because of that, I think that derogatory term, you know, that really stuck out to me. And it wasn't something that I said to get any, you know, backlash on his behalf or anything. It was just the honest truth of what, you know, had happened at that moment. And just so happened to be
right, because like you was like, you was holding back at first. I remember you was holding back, and then you were like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep it funky with you, because I was like, well, was it pro, you know, Latino or was it racist? And then you was like, you know what? Yeah, you said the thing.
It was like, yeah, you know, I had to be as realistic as it was for the moment that it felt for me when I heard it. And, you know, I was trying, like you said, I was trying to like be cordial about it. That's just my nature. I'm not trying to, you know, harm or hurt anybody. I'm just speaking the truth. So when that occurred and, you know, I said what I said, to see it go where it went was like crazy to me, because I'm like, wow. Again, timing. He said what he said that made that relevant for the times now. So, you know.
Right. And we gonna get into that too. But when that first happened with Joe, did you talk to anyone else in TS about it? Like, yo, what's up with him saying that? Or
nah.
Did you talk to anyone?
I didn't really speak to anybody about that ever. That was like my first time ever really, like, you know, mentioning that. That was something that I just held in my heart and my mind, like saying to myself, like, that was crazy. And I remember the feeling I felt at that moment, like, that was crazy. I can't believe that I just, you know, witnessed that. And it was because of, you know, the comfortability. So, yeah, that was my first time speaking about that, man. Like, that was a one-off that just stuck with me. And, you know, you had the perfect opportunity and platform at the time. You asked the right question, and hey, truth came out.
See that, guys? We provide a safe space here for people to be talking about things.
Yeah.
Yo, so was that the only time that you heard him say something like that though?
Yeah, that was the only time that I heard that. I mean, that's probably why it
Mm-hmm.
stuck out so much. Again, I didn't spend a lot of time around him. Excuse me. I did have a lot of moments around TS, different members, different reasons of being around them inside and outside of the studio, but I didn't spend a lot of time around him. So maybe that's probably why it stuck out so much as well, because it was just like one of those moments that it was intimate with him, and it was one of very few moments, and that's what was said that showed part of his persona and personality.
Right. It left a lasting impression.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I know because of our interview, you and Cuban got to reconnect after like 15 years or something like that, right?
yeah.
How did that conversation go?
It was like riding the bike, man. It was like you never forget. Like this is my brother. Like I talked to him here and there over the years, very briefly, but nothing that was actually like consistent. Now we keep a
Mm-hmm.
conversation consistent. We speak on a regular basis, and again, I had reached out to you and I was speaking to him because of what I saw you doing with him. And we just reconnected and like we never lost any time. You know what I'm saying? We could be on the phone sometimes for an hour, 2 hours and have to tell each other like, yo, that's enough. We've been talking long enough. I got things to do, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that's always been the situation with me and, my brother, man. He's just always been down to earth like family, man. I love the brother.
Yeah. Man, shout out to Cuban, man,
Yeah,
for
shout out
real.
to my brother Q.